And the phrase that I've said more than any this morning is, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, and a few words that we can't say on TV because people are driving like complete morons out here. And I know we shouldn't say things like that, but it's true. All right, here's something you don't hear every day. The insane clown posse is joining forces with the American Civil Liberties Union and suing the FBI. Yeah, I just said that. The ACLU is filing the lawsuit on behalf of the Michigan-based group's fans after a 2011 report from the Department of Justice labeled them as a hybrid criminal gang. The ACLU says that classification of the group known as Juggalos is a violation of the fans' constitutional rights. Insane Clown Posse is known for explicit lyrics, clown makeup, and a love of Faygo.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shaner is a huge fan.
All right. Good to know.
Not John Shaner. It was a different Shaner.
No.
Not that one.
All right. Well,
Vice President Joe Biden will lead the U.S. delegation to the memorial service for former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. Sharon passed away Saturday at the age of 85 after a massive stroke left him comatose for years. Biden released a statement saying he looks forward to the chance to pay respects to Sharon and pay tribute to the unshakable partnership between the United States and Israel. President Obama and the First Lady also issued a statement offering their deepest condolences, and those on the ground have differing opinions of the former PM.
With the way.
Breaking now in Allegan County, crews are responding to a mobile home fire, but the amount of snow on the ground is impacting their efforts. This is happening on 64th Street in Fennville. Firefighters are calling for help from plow trucks because of how much snow is out there. At least 4 fire departments are responding at this time. We will keep you posted on this fire. Nicole, a teenager who was found nearly frozen in the woods in Portage in December, is still recovering from injuries because of her exposure to the cold. Marissa Berry will finish her schoolwork at home as she recovers from frostbite. The 16-year-old went missing December 12th. Utility workers found her the next day in the woods less than a mile from her house. They found her struggling to walk and unable to fully communicate due to hypothermia. She says she'll have to have one foot amputated and will have to undergo physical therapy on her hands. She and her parents say the important thing is, though, she's alive. Grand Rapids Mayor George Hartwell will hold his annual State of the City address today, and they've got breakfast. Everything starts at 9 a.m. Mayor Hartwell is planning on talking about the accomplishments of 2013 and looking ahead to 2014. Last year, the mayor applauded the city's youngest citizens and education initiatives. The speech is at DeVos Place in the Convention Center Ballroom. Speaking of cold, the rescue of a ship stranded in Antarctic ice has taken much longer than expected. Now the U.S. Coast Guard is on the way. The Coast Guard cutter Polar Star is heading toward Antarctica to help free a Russian ship that's been stuck for a while now, and the Chinese ship that was sent to help it but also got stuck. It was already heading to that way anyway to refuel the U.S.'s Antarctic program in the area. Earlier this week, a helicopter rescued the 52 passengers on board the Russian ship and took them to an Australian icebreaker after being stuck for weeks. All the passengers have been removed, but more than 20 crew members are still on board. The Coast Guard was called out after the Australian, Russian, and Chinese governments all asked for assistance. A convicted sex offender apologized in court yesterday before learning his sentence for trying to lure 2 boys under a bridge in Kent County. Chad Service was sentenced to 34 months to 20 years behind bars. Police say he approached the boys in a Wyoming park in June. He was arrested and later pleaded guilty to 2 counts of accosting a child for immoral purposes and being a habitual offender. In exchange for his plea, 2 other charges were dropped. Service was released from prison in 2011 after serving 8 years for similar crimes. The judge says if it wasn't for the plea deal, he would have imposed a tougher sentence. 2 suspects are facing charges this morning after police got a call about a possible domestic situation in Van Buren County. When the deputies arrived at a home on 8th Avenue in Geneva Township last night, they found a man and a woman walking down the road. After doing some investigating, they say they found a gun on the man, who's a known felon from South Haven. The woman was carrying marijuana. Both of them denied any domestic incident, but they were arrested. Investigators say the man now faces several charges, including felon in possession of a firearm. The woman is facing drug charges. Good morning, Mike and Sarah. I wish I could tell you exactly where we were at this point, but frankly, we don't know right now. It is as bad as I have ever seen it on the roads. We just got past, I'm going to switch over to the camera view off the front of the mobile weather tracker here. We just got passed by a semi, and you can see what it looks like. We heard the police officer with Nicole DiDonato saying it is dangerous, and photographer Michael and I can back that up. We are going 30 miles an hour here on the expressway. We just saw a sign for the exit for Holland. That was our goal when we started out, and for I would say a good 15 minutes or so, Michael and I had no idea where we were. We knew we were on I-196. We knew we were westbound, but the snow and the wind is so bad we didn't know where we were. So evidently there's some people with radar in their brains and GPS in their cars, because they're passing us, what would you say, going 50 or 60? They are flying out here, and the phrase that I've said more than any this morning is, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, and a few words that we can't say on TV, because people are driving like complete morons out here. And I know we shouldn't say things like that, but it's true. It is bad out here. We see the exit. We are coming up on exit 55. We are going to pull off there. We're going to go towards Holland proper. We think it'll be a little safer. At least we'll have some buildings to shield us, because it is really, really bad on the roads out here, guys. If you don't have to go out on the roads, do not do it. We say that all the time, but I can attest, if I had a way to not be in this car right now, I would get out of this car and hunker down somewhere. One more look here at our panicked faces inside the mobile weather tracker. We are coming up on exit 55. We're going to get off towards Zeeland and Holland. There's one more look at the roadways. This is pretty good compared to what we've seen. We had some points where we couldn't tell where the lanes were, and the one lane where cars were going was actually splitting down the center of the highway. So we're going to try and find this exit ramp here. We are going to get off and head towards Holland and hopefully get into some calmer weather, although from the looks of it, we'll be heading right into the teeth of the wind. Live in the mobile weather tracker, Tim Doty with photographer Michael. Send it back to you guys in the studio.